welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be all about the law of attraction and how you can not only use it in your everyday life, but how you can also use it to recover from a mental illness or an eating disorder. Some of you guys may have already heard me talk about the law of attraction before, and I haven't actually got into detail of it, and I haven't actually expressed how much it has helped me through the early stages of my recovery process. So basically, I will try and narrow down the law of attraction for you guys. Law of attraction, it's all about the energy and the frequency that you are putting out to the universe. And we all do it, whether we are aware of it or not. So everyone on this earth is living the law of attraction. I hear a lot of people saying, I can't do the law of attraction because law of attraction doesn't work for me. And law of attraction is working for everyone, whether they're aware of it or not. Just for example, if I'm putting out bad energy, so bad thoughts, bad mindset, bad vibrations, that's what I will get back. So everything we have done in our whole entire life, we have created and we have attracted. What you put out is what will be reflected back to you. So if you know good is going to happen to you and all you do is put out good, you will get good. So as a child, we all heard about karma, right? It's basically like karma, but it's more scientifically proven than that. So yes, the law of attraction isn't just some voodoo hippie crap. It's scientifically proved, and it's to do with atoms, wavelengths, and vibrations. So when I mean wavelengths and vibrations, I'm meaning the wavelengths and the vibrations we're putting out to the universe. So think of everything that you put out to the universe is on a different scale, different wavelength scale. So your negative energy, for example, goes like this. And your positive energy goes like this. So the people that are putting out a positive energy are also going like this. So therefore you guys will mesh. You will attract each other and mesh. So that's why when you're in a clear, happy and positive mindset, you always find you do attract the better people and the better friendships. That can also work with putting your mind in what you want. So when you're so focused in what you want, you truly believe that you're going to get it. And not only get it, you believe that you're going to have it and you're grateful for it. So how I use law of attraction to recover from my eating disorder, not only did I think I was going to get better, I knew I was better. Also, with law of attraction, it made me so aware of my mind. And it made me learn what an eating disorder actually is. An eating disorder is not an illness, okay? You do not have an eating disorder. Do not say it is my eating disorder. You do not own the eating disorder, and the eating disorder does not own you. All an eating disorder is disordered eating that you have habitually created over time from either lack of knowledge towards health and fitness or disordered body image. And you have unconsciously created habits and routines over a period of time that makes you believe this is what is and that's what you have to do because of your thoughts and your mind. Majority of people with eating disorders like to associate the eating disorder as a person. So Anna or Ed, okay? And they like to say that these voices they hear in their head is them. That is good because it does detach your thoughts from you. But for you to say these thoughts are someone else, that gives you no control of them. You want to start having control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you, but you do control them. You control everything that you think, you feel, the emotions you put out. You are in control of it. Yes, when you are so deep in an eating disorder, that can seem so far from reach to be able to control your mind, but it is all a slow process. So once I started to be more aware of my thoughts, I started to actually be the watcher of my thoughts. I have read this in a book called The Power of Now. And essentially the power of now is what drawn me to the mind and to law of attraction. And in The Power of Now, there was a quote. I've actually discussed this quote with a couple of people over my Tumblr accounts, on my Instagram, and I have let them know what this quote was and how it impacted me and my recovery. And this quote was, the more you feed the ego, the stronger the ego will get. Something like that. Something on the lines of that. And I really related the ego to my eating disorder. I felt like the more I would listen and put energy and do what my eating disorder would tell me to do, the more it was going to be there. And the more I fought against it and did what I wanted to do, the real Christie, the less it was going to be there. So basically, the more energy you were giving it, the bigger it was getting, whether you're aware of it or not. The more energy you give your mental illness, this is the same with depression, anxiety, eating disorders, binge eating, orthorexia, anorexia, all of the above. Any mental illness there is, you have habitually created it. Yes, I do understand that chemical imbalances, drugs, etc., comes into play, but the more you focus on it and the more you give into it and feel the bad emotions that you're allowing yourself to feel, the bigger that disorder is going to get. So back to the law of attraction. With the law of attraction, like I said, what you focus on is what you will get and achieve. So if you're constantly focusing on this disorder, focusing on this sickness, focusing on this eating disorder, you will literally just keep getting an eating disorder, a mental illness, a sickness. You're constantly thinking about the sadness you're feeling. You're constantly pushing away the anger you're feeling. That's what you will get. You will get sadness, you will get struggle, you will get anger, you will get all of the above. And that's because that's what your mind is drawn to. That is what you're focusing on. So instead of focusing so hard on, I need to recover, I hate this illness, I want to get rid of this illness, what you need to do, you need to be clear of what you want. Visualize your freer and happier self. You need to feel recovered. Be grateful for this recovery and then take action on your recovery. What I found is with a lot of people that do try to use law of attraction, they just feel like it's just going to come to them. So they put all this energy out, but then they do nothing about what they want. They do nothing about what they're putting the energy out for. They do nothing about it, so they don't take action. They're just not co-creating with the universe. You have to be putting 50-50 in to be able to receive what you want. And like I said before, when you are suffering with some type of disordered eating towards food, whether it's binge eating, restriction, orthorexia, anorexia, no matter what it is, if you say, I have an eating disorder, if you think, I am anorexia, I am a binge eater, I am sad, I am depressed, you are then labeling yourself as something that you are not. You are then tricking your mind into thinking you have this and you are this. You are sadness, you are depressed, you are happy, you are sad. You're not the emotions you feel. You are you. You tend to feel emotions, and emotions are okay. It's okay to feel sad, happy, depressed, angry. It's okay to feel an emotion because emotions are meant to be felt. But you have to be mindful of the emotions that make you feel good and the emotions that make you feel bad. And you want to dwell in the ones that make you feel good. Happy, love, excitement, all them ones that make you literally tingle. You want to be feeling them emotions, but don't get angry if you feel bad emotions. Just know what you can do to feel them good emotions. And essentially, I know that having a mental illness, barely ever feel these good emotions. You are literally dwelling so hard in the bad emotions, and it's because you are stuck in your illness. Because that's what you're focusing on. You're focusing on the illness you have, the sickness you have. You literally think that you are this sickness, you have this sickness. That's why I hate labels so much, because me essentially having a label in the first place, having an eating disorder, having anorexia, I attached this eating disorder as me. I was the eating disorder. And now that I've finally learned that all the eating disorder was thoughts that I have created. Just because you have created this thought does not mean this thought is right. That's something that I've only recently learned, that they're thoughts. You have just created that. Doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong, but doesn't mean it's right. So you don't have to believe everything you think. And at first I was like, yeah, but I don't want to have this awful thought in my head. I don't want to live with this forever. I promise you, if you just let go of all your bad thoughts, you don't have to fight against them. You just literally have to let go. Be observant of your thoughts, the bad thoughts you're feeling. Just be observant. Don't stress, just observe the bad thoughts you're feeling, and do not act upon your bad thoughts that you are getting about food, about exercise, about your eating disorder. Do not act upon these thoughts, because these thoughts, they need energy to survive. So if you're not giving them that reaction, that energy, they won't survive. So therefore you will not have to live with these thoughts because you're not creating them. Thoughts, the strongest thoughts that occur are the ones that you think the most of. And the reason why you think the most of these thoughts is because you're giving them the most energy. It's like thoughts create a little deep pattern within your brain. And the more comfortable that thought is, the thicker the pattern will get. The more energy you're giving that thought, the more it will be there. So if you just learn to let go of all your bad thoughts, the less and less they will be there. And you need to focus on the good thoughts. Gratefulness, empathy, love, trust, all of these good thoughts. That's what you need to dwell in. Any mental illness you have been told that you have, it is a lie. You do not have an illness. You have thoughts. You have a mind. And unfortunately, you have allowed that mind to control you. But guess what? You have the power. You have the power to control your mind. I know, it's crazy. It's fucked up. Why didn't they teach us this in school? You just need to know that you can control your mind. You are in control of your mind. You just need to start taking action. Your mind is a muscle. Train it. Let it grow. Grow in the areas you want it to grow to, because not only can you recover from your eating disorder, from your disordered pattern with eating, with law of attraction in your mind, but you can start to create everything you want. It doesn't matter what it is, you can create it. You can create that boyfriend, you can create the friendship, a house, a car, money. You can create anything you want using this powerful thing. It's so powerful. And what frustrates me the most is it's hardly spoken about in society. No one really talks about how powerful your mind is. They do, but they don't to the extent of attracting. Everyone knows that your mind has thoughts, but you don't really get told that your thoughts is what makes you you, and your thoughts can attract everything around you. You don't really get told this, but that's essentially what is. That's how everything you have done, everything you see, what you're doing right now, you have attracted, whether you're aware of it or not, because 90% of the time we're not aware that we're attracting this. Everything life chucks at you is just challenges to make you the person you are today. And if you're constantly focusing on the bad that is happening in your life, focusing on this mental illness, focusing on the bad people, the bad emotions you're feeling, that's what you will get, because you're focusing on it. So focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And believe me, no one wants a motherfucking eating disorder. I can assure you that. And if they do, what the fuck? Obviously not experienced one. Because if you've experienced an eating disorder, I assure you, you don't want a bloody eating disorder. So what will help you is to become more aware of your thoughts and more aware of the thoughts that make you feel good. Okay, so if you are feeling any bad emotion, what people constantly told me to do was to push it away. Run away from that emotion. Go do something else. Keep your mind busy. Push that bad emotion away. And it didn't help me, because as soon as that emotion would come back, I wouldn't know how to deal with it. I wouldn't know how to control it. So it was like a constant, horrible circle of just bad thoughts pushing away, running away, bad thoughts pushing away, running away. And I wasn't growing. I was just constantly going round and round and round. But as soon as I learned that thoughts were okay to feel, and to just sit back, relax, and watch this thought, be the watcher of your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. Like I said, my favorite book that I have read that drew me to this was The Power of Now. And the famous Eckhart Tolle, he says, be the watcher of your thoughts. Literally sit back and just feel these thoughts go through. Know that they're just thoughts. They're not you. This little voice in your head is not you. Be your higher self and watch these thoughts. Don't allow these thoughts to control you or create you. You can control these thoughts. And yes, thoughts are gonna occur that you don't want to occur, and that is okay. You just need to not dwell in them. You need to not dwell in them thoughts you don't want. It's okay if they come through, Just literally watch them go through. You don't have to grasp them. Just watch them go through. That's fine. Their thoughts, they ain't gonna do nothing. As soon as you act upon them and as soon as you give them energy, that's when they will come back. Because like I said, thoughts, they need energy to survive. The energy you give them. So if you're here today to recover from your eating disorder, you need to know that you are mentally okay. You are okay. You are not this illness. You have created habitual habits, routine, and thoughts in your brain that you can get rid of. And to get rid of your mental illness, don't focus on getting rid of the mental illness. Focus on the freedom. Focus on the clearer self. Focus on the happier version of you. And you gotta feel that. You gotta feel free. You gotta feel recovered. You gotta feel clear. You have to feel all that. Be appreciative of it. Be appreciative of every happy moment you feel. I promise you, as soon as you start to be in control of your own mind and your own thoughts, you will be the happiest version of you can be, and you will just keep creating happiness. You've just got to start to take action and start to not only be more aware, but have more control of your thoughts. And if you want to learn more about law of attraction, there is so much information out there. So I'll give you a few names of a couple of books that are a must read when it comes to the mind and law of attraction. So there's The Secret, The Power of Now, The Secret of Law of Attraction, and The Power of Intentions. They are really good books. And if you are wanting to learn more about the mind, about law of attraction, about energy, about the universe, definitely read into these books. Do some research, because I assure you it will be the best thing that you can do. If you want to start to achieve your goals, do it with the law of attraction. Do it with your mind, because essentially that is how we achieve our goals, with our mind. Everything we do, everything we create, we do it with our mind. So start to actually control. Start to have control of your life. Start to have control of what happens to you, your surroundings. Start to be your higher self and start to be aware of what you create, you attract, you feel, and you think. You can be aware of all that, and you can use that to recover from any mental illness you think that you are or have. Because please remember, you are not an emotion. You are not sad. You are not depressed. You are not your eating disorder. You do not have an eating disorder. It is not my eating disorder. It is just your thoughts. So guys, I really hope this video has helped some people with their eating disorder or with a mental illness, or just even opening your mind towards law of attraction and realize that you are in control. And if you feel like it has impacted your life at all, please let me know. Please either comment below or give me a message, because essentially this is what I live for. I live for helping those and actually giving them the knowledge towards their mind, giving them the power. Not just telling them about how I have this amazing mind now and how I've created this lifestyle. I'm giving you guys the power. You have the power. I just want you to be aware of it. So please, guys, let me know. And if you're new to my channel, hi, hello. How are you? Please make sure that you do subscribe if you want more videos like this. I upload weekly content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Adios.